Alright, so you think you got what it takes to be a truck driver. Well, that's great. Truck driving for me isn't a job, okay? It's a way of life. It's a passion. It's what I love to do. This is fun for me. Driving trucks is fun for me. So therefore, it's not work. If what you're doing in life isn't fun for you, then it's work. Nobody enjoys, flipping burgers at a fast food restaurant. It's work. But when they go home and they can get lost in, arts and crafts or making music or playing an instrument, they love it. It's not work, it's fun. Same way for me driving trucks. If you think you can handle being gone away from home all the time, you think you can handle the long hours, the never-ending, what factory people would call shift change, because 1 minute you're driving through the night and the next minute, you're driving in the day, and there's no 4 days on, a night off, and then 3 nights, and then that. No, you could very well start out Monday morning and drive into Monday night, and you may get your 10-hour break out of the way, and you may be required to sit longer. Well, now you're over-rested thanks to government rules and regulations, and your ELD people. Now you may have to wait longer than your 10-hour break before you can start driving. Now you're driving in the middle of the night. You're going to drive through rain, sleet, snow, hail, hurricanes, tornadoes. It don't matter. You got a job to do. Freight's got to get moved. It's got to get delivered. The economy counts on people like us. They may not respect us, but they damn sure need us. You bet your bottom dollar. Because when they go to the store and they can't find something they need, the first thing they're going to do is complain to the manager. Well, now the manager's going to scratch his head and try to figure out why he ain't got no product. Well, guess what? At the end of that search, it all comes back on the driver. We are needed. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It don't matter if you haul a tanker. It don't matter if you haul cars, a drive van, a reefer, a lowboy, a flatbed, a step deck. It don't matter if you drive a straight truck. It don't matter if you drive, dump trucks, for Christ's sakes. It don't matter. You're needed. We are needed. The world cannot function without us. Now that you know you're needed, how do you become the top? How do you reach the top of the ladder? How do you become successful? Enduring the weather changing conditions, being gone, willing to work when everyone else wants to take off, willing to go places. You ain't got to like it, but you got to do it. Go places that nobody wants to go. I'm just now figuring that one out for myself. Do the work that nobody wants to do. Do the smaller jobs that everybody turns down. Take on the workload that's given to you. Do it and then ask for more. Never give up. You're going to complain. You're a truck driver. It's what we do. We complain all the time. But it's how and when and where we complain. And those 3 things need to happen in this seat. Nowhere else. You want to be the top, you need to dress right. You need to be presentable. You need to wear proper clothing. You ain't got to wear a ball cap and a t-shirt and blue jeans. You just got to look presentable. Not going in with, your flip-flops and your big toe hanging out with a nail you ain't cut in 9 months. You can't go around looking like that, and you can't go around smelling all the time. Now, granted, I do have a shower coat, unless if I just get, super sweaty, sticky, and all that. I shower every other day. Most of the time, I'm in the truck. When I'm unloading, I'm outside. I'm not, places that I go, I'm not in an office. I'm not in close quarters with anybody. So it's not like, people's going to smell me. And that's the big thing right there. Is what people don't understand. Appearance is everything. Appearance is everything. I've always been well-mannered about how I look. Especially when I'm going into places. Of course, I'm blue jeans and boots and a shirt. And a hat, unless if it's cold out, and I wear my boggin. But it's really sunk in that, hey, which I knew this all along, so don't nobody get on here commenting about this, but I and you, whoever you drive for, we are a representation of our company. How we look, how we smell, how we talk, how we walk, how we act, how our trucks look. It don't matter what truck you drive, and y'all have heard me say times before, I hate Volvos and I hate Internationals. I do. Point blank period. I just do. Okay? It's just something about them I don't like. They're not trucks to me. Alright? They're Freightliner's borderline, but don't get me wrong, I love a Freightliner. I really do. But I love my Peterbilt more than anything, and I take this thing with all of its problems over any new truck any day. Alright? But it don't matter what you drive, it's how your truck looks, not only on the outside, but on the inside, because it's how you take care of the inside is an automatic indicator of how well you take care of yourself. If you're treating somebody else's $150,000 investment like crap, God forbid you ever have a $150,000 home of your own. God forbid that you go buy a truck and lease on and put a driver in it, because they're going to do the same thing to you. God forbid, because it's just a bad image. And there's a lot of guys, I don't know. I'm kind of going off on different rants here. Everything's just kind of coming to me. You got guys that'll park in the fuel islands and sit there for an hour, and they'll go in and they'll get a shower. But here's what still makes me scratch my head. They don't take a shower bag in. What are you doing? Taking your clothes off, standing under water with a little hand pump soap in the shower stall, washing off, putting your dirty clothes back on, and getting back in your truck, and you think you're clean? No, you're a bad representative of your company. Not only for your company, not only for this industry, but of yourself. Like, think about that. You're not just representing your company out here, you're representing yourself. And that's the bottom line. You can wear what you want to. You can, if you want to wear generic camo pattern clothing and tennis shoes, so be it. But wear it in the best fashionable statement possible. All I'm trying to say is just present yourself very well. You don't have to have name brand clothes. You don't have to have designer jeans. you don't have to have Jordans or Doc Martens or whatever. But, you know, if you want to be the best of the best and you want to make your way to the top, then you have to do the work nobody else wants to do. You have to show up early and stay late. You have to pull all-nighters and all-dayers. Sometimes you got to drive 20 hours straight or work 20 hours straight. Sometimes you got to go beyond your means. You have to push yourself beyond your limits to get the job done. You have to not be afraid to work. If you want to be a truck driver, you can't be afraid to work. And that's just point blank. Truck drivers are some of the, hardest workers that you'll see for the most part. And like the last vlog video, the one where the truck fire and the Trucker Brown thoughts were on his statement, and I'm going to refer back to that. I pull a flatbed, as you know. And it's like he said, flatbedders are some of the hardest workers out here. Point blank, we're all hard workers. We're all doing a job that normal society people couldn't imagine doing. They want to work their 8 to 5. They want to have their 30-minute lunch and go home at the end of the day. We're all here for a reason. We all have a purpose. My purpose, obvious, is to contribute to the world in a way that I look at so small and so little. To the drivers, we're just hauling a load. We're just going from one dock to another dock that's coming out of a warehouse, going into a warehouse or a store or wherever. And so it's like, oh yeah, got that delivered, now I gotta go to the next one. We don't look at it in a bigger frame, but all in all, every load that we make, every load that we run, the freight that's sitting behind us that we become responsible for, contributes to this, not only our economy, but the whole world as a whole. We don't see it in a bigger picture. So we are making the world go around. We are, like I said, we do things that normal people can't do. That's just how it is. I work 2 jobs. I'm in a truck 7 days a week. I've got goals. I've got dreams of my own that I'm working hard to achieve, that I hope one day soon I'm going to be able to slow my work drive back a little bit. I'm full force. It's my life. My life is a truck. My life, revolves around a truck 7 days a week. That's why when I'm done here with the flatbed, I'm moving trailers. I'm making every dollar I can. I'm cramming just all my time in that I have in a week. My 70 hours, I'm cramming as much driving as I can in. I'm just, I'm money hungry, but not in a greedy way, if that makes sense. Money is not the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. And what that's saying is that if there's $1 million, if there's $1 million in a pile and there's you and 100 people and you knock everybody out and get as much of it as you can before somebody wakes up, that's the love of money is the root of all evil. That's how that plays out. I'm money hungry. I'm money driven for my goals and my dreams. Because, like I said, we keep the world moving. We keep the economy going. So every load that we make, we've delivered somebody's essential tool that they need to achieve their dreams. Whether it's a TV, whether it's some HDMI cable that they ordered offline, or a computer software, or a computer, or whatever. I'm money driven, chasing my dreams and my goals. And I'm in that phase because I'm not the best truck driver in the country by no means. But I'm among the best of the best. And there's a lot of us out here that are the best at what we do. That's just point blank. I'm working at becoming the top driver for myself. I'm working on becoming the top driver within my company. I want to be at a point that when my dispatcher calls me, he says, "Hey, I need this done. Go get it." And I go get it and I get it done. You know, I want to climb to the top and be the best that I can be, and be a good representative of my company. Because to wrap all of this up, the company's image isn't only reflected by our image and our appearance, but us getting the job done. By us getting that load delivered on time and safely manner, secured, no damage. That's how we represent our company outside of our appearance. This job and this life, it isn't cut out for everyone. And it's definitely not for anyone. There's more to it than sitting in a seat, steering a wheel, and pulling a trailer. You have to be tough, both mentally and physically. You have to be sometimes your own care provider. You have to be your own counselor, your own therapist, your own entertainment, your own a lot of things. This is a hard life. And it's not going to get any easier. But it will get more manageable in time the more that you do it. But before you climb in a truck, before you go after that license that has that title, Class A driver, make sure you're cut out for this. Don't waste nobody's time, and don't get nobody killed out here. Survival of the fittest. I can't believe I've been driving 3 years. It just seems like, in a quick glance, it only seems like maybe just a few months ago I was driving, started driving. Here I am 3 years, over 3 years. I'm sitting in a Petro, vlogging, not my strongest point. I'm vlogging in Beaumont, Texas. You gotta do what nobody else wants to do. That's how you become number one. Till next time, whenever I decide to vlog again, y'all go ahead. Y'all hit that subscribe button. Be sure to comment. Tell me what you think. Share the video when you see it, because it's still in December. It's actually December 23rd. It's 8:21. Yeah, 8:21. We're going home. Peace.